Hi everyone, my name is Vuyani Muleya. Welcome to another episode of Monday Tsene with Wellifehub Incorporated. In today's episode, we're going to talk about burnout, fatigue, PTSD, and acute stress. You might be aware that it is towards the end of the year. It's November, and it's been an eventful year. It's been a challenging year, but at the same time, it's been an amazing year. I'm sure many of us will agree that we've achieved a lot, even though at the same time, there's a lot of things that we haven't achieved and we've experienced a lot of challenges. What we want to do with this episode is just to encourage you to, dig deep and find the strength that you need to try and finish the last lap of the year. Because as you are aware, there's a lot of things that have been happening throughout the year that you had to deal with in order for you to get to this point of the year. The fact that it is November and you are still here and you are still pushing means that you are really, really committed to making sure that you finish the year on a strong. And whether you've managed to achieve all your goals or you are halfway there or you haven't achieved your goal, what is important is that you are still there, you are still alive, and you are still kicking. What we want to do with this conversation is to help you to re-anchor yourself, to remember that you need to take care of yourself in order to finish the year and to make sure that you are ready for the year that's coming. So on the topic of burnout, burnout refers to, in simple English, you not having enough mental and physical resources to cope with the stressors and circumstances in your life. Typically, for most people, burnout happens due to a lot of imbalances in their lives because of pressures from work, pressures from family, their social life, the spiritual demands, and every other aspect of our lives that puts pressure on us that we need to do certain things, but we have limited time, limited resources, and limited support to be able to do the things that we need to do. So we end up feeling tired, we end up feeling depleted, we end up feeling hopeless, and we end up feeling like we are unable to cope. Even though more often than not, we are functional, we still don't feel like we are as functional as other people might witness us to be. So those could be some of the symptoms of burnout: when you are feeling tired, when you sleep sufficient hours, but you still feel like you are not well rested, and when other people, experience you to be a little bit aloof and dismissive, and maybe you are not taking care of yourself as you normally would. That those could be signs that you should maybe try to slow down a little bit and try to allow yourself to reflect, journal a little bit, and make sure that you give yourself the opportunity to recharge your batteries and make sure that you are able to attend to whatever tasks or stressors that life might be throwing you at the time. Another important thing to remember is that in addition to you having to deal with family, work, and other responsibilities, you will also experience challenges in your life, such as the loss of a loved one or illnesses in your family, or any other, life-changing event that could lead you into a situation where you experience symptoms of PTSD. PTSD refers to post-traumatic stress disorder, which means you are struggling to return to normality after you've experienced a circumstance or an event that was very traumatic. And typical examples include being in an accident or losing a loved one or going through divorce or financial crisis in your family or in your life, or losing your job. And as a result, you are struggling to get back to normality. And we want to encourage you in this video that it is normal for you to experience PTSD. When you do, just seek professional help, speak to a psychologist, or speak to a trusted confidant or a pastor or a spiritual person in your life, just so that they can help you to gain perspective and also give you an opportunity to just talk about your feelings and your frustrations in a safe space, so that you don't carry the weight on your shoulders and have to go through life dealing with everything on your own. Life is difficult and challenging as it is. You do need to have safe spaces where you talk about issues and you share things that are taking a toll on your physical and mental health. So things like acute stress could also, be linked to burnout and PTSD and other things that are happening in your life that are making you feel like you are experiencing prolonged period of stress in such a way that you are struggling to be yourself. You feel aloof, you feel tired, and you feel like you are unable to process things and think and be creative like you normally would be because you are not your usual self. This normally happens towards the end of the year, because throughout the year, you've been dealing with so many challenges and so many stressors, and you've just been going through it without thinking about it, without reflecting, and without giving yourself time to rest and to reflect and to reset. We would like to encourage you to take time out every once in a while, even if it is one day in a week, where you just rest and you reset and you just dedicate that day to personal development and mental well-being. You rest, you reset, you reflect, you realign yourself, you try and sleep a little bit better, you spend time with loved ones, and you do activities that you like, even if you like watching sports. You allow yourself one day in a week to do that, or you like taking a walk. You allow yourself one day in a week to do that, or read your favorite book, or hang out with your friends. It is okay. Because of the nature of our jobs and our careers and all the demands in our lives, we think it is wrong to do things that we love and things that give us joy. But the reality is we need to find a balance between doing things that are expected of us, like our jobs and our responsibilities, our parenting, our community leadership roles. Balance that with doing things that bring joy to your heart, listening to music, reading a book, going out with friends. But it has to be done in a manner that is balanced, so that you don't just focus on enjoying your life at the expense of your responsibilities. So just read up on these concepts. They are not necessarily academic concepts, and you don't have to worry about the wording, burnout, PTSD, acute stress. Don't worry about the academic term. Just understand that they refer to you struggling with circumstances that most people in the world struggle with. And when you are struggling with those circumstances, there is help available. Wellifehub Incorporated, for example, is here for you whenever you need to speak to somebody. SADC, South African Depression and Anxiety Group, is there. They provide online free help. You can just Google them, give them a call. Whenever you need to talk about something, there is always somebody available to talk to you. The most important step is to talk to somebody. And like I said, if you talk to somebody, you are taking the load off your shoulders and you are making it the issue and not to be about yourself. So it's not a personality disorder or something is wrong with you if you are experiencing challenges. It's part of life. We all do. I encourage you to do your best to hold on this remainder of this year and make sure that you finish the year on a high by taking care of yourself and taking care of your mental health and seeking help whenever you need it. Thank you so much. See you on the next episode.